Oh. Looks like there's somebody in here now. Trying to get my uncle on with dull hooks and dumb luck. Trying to get him signed in there too. Oh, Code Blue. I wouldn't let that joker work on my wheel, but hey, you know, it is what it is. It'd be all right. Ain't the first time I've done all the maintenance on this thing. So, where are you at, Cody? I need to move this thing closer. I have to move this trash can over here. See if we can do this on the tripod here, make this easier. Oklahoma. Dang, Doc. Oh, that sucks. That sun is right in there. Well, I was going to say that. Oh, much better. Oklahoma, what you doing out there? Dropping more shit? Grab me a rag. See, got a few more things in home. Nice. How long are you coming home for? Is it going to be a couple days, or is it going to be like at least a nice amount of time? Go see our boy Josh. Go get you a haircut. Man, look at that. All that grease on there. These bolts are coming out like butter. Ain't got to worry about nothing. Let's see. Mike Jones. Beautiful lady. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. Yo, it's almost time for me to get another cut. I just got one last week. My hair ain't slowing down at all. Well, for anybody who's signing in, I see we getting a couple people there. I'm just figured I'd go live, see if I can get some followers going, see if we can get some new subscribers in, and see if we can maybe show some people a little bit about some maintenance stuff. Because I can tell you right now, one huge lesson that I learned was grease everything. All these bolts are coming right out. All I got to do is crack them loose, and they're spinning out by finger. So obviously going up into that aluminum, that thing being submerged in salt water all the time, you can see it again. I mean, all that. There ain't no corrosion. Mike Jones, menopause. No, we ain't having no menopause around here. That's for them other folk. Let's see. 12, I think. 13. I can never remember what size this one is. 12 or 13. That'd be a 12. How about that? Yo, anybody watching? You see that impeller? There, or the little trim tab there? See how it's got all that in there? See if it's got all the... Oh, let's get there in there. See how it's got all that oxidation on there and all that corrosion, all that from the electrolysis from inside that salt water? That's bad. It's getting really bad out there. And that thing's only like, that's one run old. I just put that one on there. but one run at like 40 miles each way. So what's everybody up to? See, we're getting some people in here. What's everybody up to? Anybody else doing some boat maintenance on a Saturday? Nice cold Saturday here in Florida. Remember that. Wasn't sure what you identified as. Well, you know, this kind of helps. I mean, you know, identifying me. But the other side, you never know. You know, it's getting a little wild. What's that say? Oh yeah, yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, it's just. Luckily, old Daddy Trump's getting back in there, so we can't complain. He's going to make it to where all these, I'm sure all these programs for paying for all the transgender garbage, it's gonna go away. Government ain't taking care of that no more. You're on your own. All right. Let's see. Four. All three of them bolts out. These three bolts. That's out. Got one right there, right underneath. I think this one's the 13, 14, 13 or 14. Okay. Huh. I didn't know this. There's a serial number under that trim tab right there. Guess there's enough theft they have to do that, or at least be able to trace this thing from one motor to the next. Warranty issues. See, we got some more people in here. What's everybody up to on this nice little Saturday? You see it for me. Boat maintenance. Going out tomorrow. Gonna go do some Wahoo fishing. Do a little bit of slow trolling. Oh yeah. See, look at that. Nice and lubed up. It ain't got no problem. It's coming right out. Oh, it makes life so much easier on a saltwater boat. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't it be funny? Everybody get to see me drop this thing on a line. That would suck. All right, let's see here. Bolt put in here. Trying to put a bolt back in so that it doesn't, when it does come loose, you don't come flying down, flop down. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's a little bit right there. Uh-huh. There we go. Didn't even have to try it. Just give it a little bit of heave ho there. All right. Make sure we grease them threads when we put it back in on the shafts there. All right. Out she comes. Ew. Oh yeah. Heck, you use some grease. Look at that corrosion on that nipple there. next probably the next time or so, probably going to be replacing that, just because it's still fine, but just because. So a couple things to watch out for, and I did this last time. See that little nozzle right there, this little guy right here, that is for your pitot reading for your speedometer. And then you got obviously the gear selector right there beside it. This is the main shaft in. You can see that thing's looking a little bit dry. So when we go to put it back in, looks like it's gotten warm right there too. When we put this back in, we're gonna be taking us a gander at that. Oh boy. Set this thing back up here. So anybody in here got any experience with the looking at these things? I mean, it's not rusty. It's just it looks a little tarnished because of the heat or something like that. You see it? So, anyways, we'll see. Spray it with some anti-corrosion spray while we're in there today. Get to move into the shop here in a minute. Doing a little oil checking over here, getting everything ready. Tomorrow we're going Wahoo fishing tomorrow. So we're gonna go out about 40-45 miles. And we're gonna go out about 40 to 45 miles and just see if we can find us a nice big Wahoo. My Uncle Blake was out on Tuesday, and they got a nice hit first thing in the morning. They got a nice hit from while they were on high speeds from had to have been a Wahoo because it was just peeling line off. And when they got that, they kind of stayed around that area for a minute, and then they ended up switching over. Once they got up to where they were going, they switched over and doing a little live baiting. So they said they got that hit, and that was it for the day. So that kind of stinks. So the one thing I'm looking at right now, I need to check this again. I'm seeing right here, this is where the air inlet comes in. See all that dust and stuff there, all that dirt and all that? It's probably in the cowl. It's probably got a dang bird nest in there again. Had a bird nest in here weeks ago when I did this last time. Just a bunch of grit and all. Well, let's get rid of potential spam. We don't need them. So, what else is everybody doing today? Anybody doing boat maintenance? Anybody doing anything else fun? So, I don't know how many people are going to be able to focus on this, but you'll see it. You can see right there, you can see it's to there, that point right there. On this side, it's up a little bit higher. But you always check both sides of that dipstick because both sides tell the story. One of them's rubbing against something, getting a little bit of extra oil on it. The other side's going to have your actual reading. So obviously it's going to be that lower one, I'm sure. Anyways, we're going to let this thing sit here for a minute and let all the rest of that oil drain back down from where we just had this foot up. We're going to try and get this foot moved inside and try and get set up. So I wonder if Yeah, on the table here. Let me move some stuff around. I have got a mess out here because last weekend I pulled, or 2 weekends ago, I think 2 weekends ago, I pulled the transmission out of one of my trucks. Had to send that back to fire pump. Wipe that camera off. Had to send it back to fire pump because may or may not have broken a shaft. Let me get that out and I'll show y'all. I did a short on it if you want to go back and look, but I got this. You can see that thing's just sheared right off. And that's heat right there. What looks like to be rust or something like that. That's not rust. That's, let's see, let me block that light. Yeah, see, that's damn, right there. That's heat from where this thing was turning up against the other side of it, and then there's the other half of the stator. And that thing broke right off, but that was shoved down into the torque converter, and it was a little bit hard to get it apart. So, anyways, that was my fun, my right foot, and now I'm paying for it. That was a hefty bill. That sucked. Oh, anyways, let's try and get this thing moved in here. Yeah. Blown out of the way. Where's my blower at? Right up here. Try and get that stuff blown out of there. Get rid of another robo-collar. Get me a couple of rags set in here so I don't mess this thing up. What rags to do. All right. Nice. That thing's set up there perfectly. I'm gonna put this up here, up out of the way. No, y'all can see it. All right. Four wrenches here. Actually, socket to make it easy. Easy on me. I see we got 5 people in here, but is anybody actually in here gonna comment? Let me know where you're from. I'm trying to obviously we're trying to grow the channel, and we do fishing, we do maintenance on our boats, we do a little bit of like fiberglass work and stuff like that on our boats. We're building a Carolina skiff back up from being it was sunken at one point. had a tree fall on it during a storm, and it ended up underwater. So we're rebuilding that as we're going. There's lots of wonderful, fun things to do with that. We ended up, we just bought a motor for it. So, well, got a motor for it really, but just got that. Whoa, look at this little guy. He just popped up out of there. Get out of there. Yeah, go ahead and take a leap. Well, maybe we'll get it on video here in a second, him taking a flying leap across. Yeah, there you go. To the floor he went. All right. Let's O-ring up off here. I usually try and keep all the maintenance stuff here at the house so that whenever I do go get the idea that I need to do it, I can just go out, get her done. So when I finish this today, I'll go buy another setup for this where we have it. And let me get a screwdriver. I try not to do a bunch of prying on this stuff, but some of it needs a little persuasion. You can give it some gentle persuasion because you can see this stuff is got the rubber inside here. And inside here, inside there, it's got all those fingers of that rubbers that are up against it. See if we can pull it off and show you. You can see underneath there, you can see they're all kind of under tension inside that housing. So when you buy the repair kit, it comes with the little piece, stainless steel piece that goes in there for a little cup. You got your O-ring, and that thing actually looks really good. Looks like it could. Yeah, this thing's in nice shape. It could have gone a lot more, but it's due for scheduled maintenance, so I might as well get her done while I'm here. You can see, like, right there on the edge, you can see where that's got a little bit of burn on the rubber. A little bit there, a little bit there. You can see it as you flex it a little bit, but you can see it on the backside there. So, better safe than sorry, especially when you're a single engine boat going out 40 to 45 miles. And I've been told numerous times that I'm a nut job for that, but we've made it back every single time. We only had one instance we had engine issues, and it really wasn't even that big of an issue. We just played it safe. So being smart about it. Get these up off here. Nice and easy. Sounds like we got some visitors coming up. We got two little visitors. What's happening, Shafids? We're on live right now. Y'all come over here, Ellie. Give them a wave. Future captains, both of them in here. Here, bounce over here in front of your sister. Come on in. Come on in. There you go. Both of these future captains here. You can get them set up. Hopefully, we can eventually make us a business out of this and have them take it over. So that'd be nice. Some what? No, I'll be all right. I'm trying to watch my girlish figure. Trying to be a good boy. Not eating no garbage.
What's going on here?
Just doing a little maintenance. So changing the impeller out, trying to get this done. Goodness.
All right, we're gonna leave you to it.
Well, all right.
See you, bud.
See ya. Bye. Love you a long time. All right. Let's make this easier. A little bit of lube goes a long way. Oh my goodness. Look how much easier that was. Right up and off there. All right. Well, I think this time around, we're just going to do an impeller, not a whole kit. So, because this thing's in great shape, there's no pitting, there's nothing on the bottom here, there's no grooves. That's actually look really good. So, I don't have to pull that keyway out and then get that plate up off there and change that one. So, just going to do us a little bit of cleaning around there, make sure we're good. I'll go get the impeller out of up front. Well, no, it'll be all right. There you go for another little bit. Or will it? I'm looking at a couple, but we got it. We're going to change it. Heck with it. All right, let's see. We need some vice grip to pull that keyway out. And so we're looking at doing some giveaways for anybody that's watching. And what I was thinking about doing was doing it on like, get everybody over to Facebook or Instagram or something like that, and uh, have them comment there. But maybe doing like on our lives, hide keywords in the live or something like that, and then message us on a different app or something like that, or even email it and get yourself in there, right? So we've been talking about this and trying to figure out what a good giveaway would be. And I don't know the legalities of it all yet, but I think we could all get along and say that if anybody wanting to go fishing, I can get them down here, go fishing for a little while. That'd probably be a pretty good day. We also thought about doing like t-shirts and stuff like that. So if anybody's in here who wants to comment, like, what do y'all think about t-shirts and sweatshirts? I got these rags that I do that are it's got our damn Skiffy logo on it, but it hangs on your belt loop, hangs down, so it's you just wipe your hands on it when you get guts and bait and whatever else on you. Because like my father was trying to tell me yesterday, he says don't be wiping that on your pants leg because if you end up in the water, you're gonna smell like the bait. So anybody want to comment, see about maybe some merch or something like that? What would y'all like to see to be able to do giveaways? She's starting to come now. And get a better grip on her. Dang. Nobody commenting. Come on now. Let's see them comments. See if it's nope. Hmm. That is a tight keyway. Oh, trying to get that thing out. You can see it. I mean, it's not even rusty or anything like that, but it's just hard to get out. All right. Step off here. Let's see. Y'all can see what I'm talking about here about the on there. You see how it's, yeah, you can see it's not worn, but there is a spot right over here. It's got like, I get there. Yeah, you can see that line in it. So I'd rather not chance it. We're going offshore. We don't want to chance that. It's weird how that thing gets those. You can see it's like every point that thing sat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got one about here, 5, 6. And it's like it had it in here in the impeller, and it's just spinning right there. And once it got one little piece of trash in there, it just started eating. You can see a little bit of something right there, like it was grabbing. But anyways, I'm gonna go up front and get the parts where I can get this done. Get this back on. Change the foot oil while it's in here. Yeah, heck yeah. We're gonna get that done in just a moment. All right, we got that water pump repair kit. Oh man, I wonder if there's a way I could do that, like spin that back around so that everything's not backwards. Anyways, I got the water pump repair kit here, and like I showed you, that plate down there on the bottom, this thing comes with all of it. Comes with the new gasket for underneath, new O-rings for everything, new bolts. So my bolts are good. They're still lubed up. We're gonna keep those. Let's hold on a minute. Let me kill that phone call. Yeah, so we're gonna get all this changed out. We got new seal, the new plate. So we're gonna start putting this thing back together, and then we'll drain this oil out of here while it's right here on the stand. We'll just in the vise. We'll just go ahead and drain the oil out of the foot and get that going. You see also it's got the cup where the impeller rides in, where you can just change it out of there. And look at that. Look at that. Hold up. So I didn't pay attention when that thing came off. Well, I'll have to go back and look, but it looks like when I put this thing together, it didn't get a good seal last time. So I bet you it's been leaking in here. Which this is all flows out and goes open into there, but I will bet that we've had some water going in through there. And you can see it. I mean, it's just that little bit on that O-ring right in there. Let's see. Let's get it focused. You see that little bit of a mess up right there. That thing got pinched in there. Wow. And it looks like we're going to be going to the store for a new plate anyway, because I think this cup got hot. This cup did get hot and it melted. So right there, we found a failure. That's why it hadn't been peeing the way it usually does. Still working, just not peeing as good. I'm gonna call the parts store and see if they got one of these. That way we can get a new one, because man, is that unfortunate. It's okay though. We were already talking about replacing it for this. So let me grab the other phone. Let's see. Who's up? Thank God for having a work phone. All right. We ain't got to kill the live. Land Boat Center. No, that's unfortunate. Donnie Wilson, nice job. Test spirits. Hi. Test the spirits. How y'all doing? Calling right now so I can see. Looks like y'all just commented. Hey, I'm trying to find out. I have a Yamaha 150, and I need the housing for on top of the impeller. Oh, okay, okay. Okay, thank you. Okay. All right, well, thank you. All right, bye. Go the other place. The other boat center here. Family Marine. Well, got a live going, so that way you're aware. What are you trying to hide from the public eye? Hey, I got a Yamaha F-150 XB. I need the housing for that goes right on top of the impeller. That plastic housing with that nipple in it. In a momento, I can get that for you. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Oh. Hmm. Yeah, I just opened this thing up and saw that the housing is like the little stainless cup is melted to the housing. So I'm figuring this thing had to have. Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, little run dry. This might have happened the first time that I did this, but I didn't pay attention to it. Mm-mm. All right, all right. It's AJ Black 407. Yeah, I was trying to remember. All right, appreciate it. Well, there's that. I'm gonna get a call back. Hopefully, they'll say, "Yeah, we got one in stock. Come grab this thing." Wouldn't that be nice? But in the meantime, we can go ahead and start putting this sucker back together. So we had when we went out for red snapper this year, we had we had quite a load on the boat. 6 people. We had our, let's see, 6 people. What's the locating pin over there? So, um, we had 6 people on the boat, and it was sluggish. I mean, it was like underpowered, obviously, from the get go, but it was a little sluggish. So when we were find me a track here in a second. When we were coming back in, we were having an engine trouble, and I figured out it was like sucking air on the low pressure side, so it wasn't getting enough low pressure fuel volume up to the big pump so it could keep up at higher end speeds. So uh, we got that handled, got that found, luckily, and it was like by chance that we found it. I unscrewed the on the front of the motor up on the power head. There's the filter, fuel filter that's on there. When I unscrewed that, and then I came around the back and I said, "Why do I have fuel dripping?" And it's the straw effect. You know, you hold your finger over a straw and you pick it up, you got fluid in it. You let it go, and same thing. This was the same thing. I pulled that fuel filter off, and it let that fuel start dripping up out of that. And on Yamahas from the factory, all they use is, let me get this over here. All they use are zip ties. Come on. That's all they use is a zip tie to hold that thing in there, right? So I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So I was like looking at it. I was like, well, I can't put hose clamps on all of those, but the 2 going into the pump, we definitely got us some hose clamps on there, and they're a little tight. Those hoses are a little swollen, so we're gonna get those replaced, but we just haven't done it quite yet. They're still fine. They're not spongy. They're just, you know, you can wrap that thing on down with a nice quality hose clamp. But trying to get all the other little items caught up on the boat here. Trying to get all the other little items caught up, and then we'll go back and touch a few others. But this one was important, putting the new impeller, new plate, new all that in here. So hopefully they'll call me back here in a few minutes and tell me that they've got one, and I'll run out there. They're only like right across town, so not bad at all. Well, I say right across town, but it's the next town over. All right, that ain't it. This way. No. I put it on upside down. It wants to be. Isn't that nice? They got this thing. I figured that chamfered edge would be riding on. Ain't right. Let's compare these two. Yeah, that's it. The hell am I missing? So if you feel it, you got like a straight side, and you can see like that little spot right there sticks out just a little bit. So I would assume that's going to be right up there, but I see what it is. Okay. I was seeing the gasket. All right, now we're good. Now we're there. All right, let's put this keyway back in here. And y'all saw how tight of a fit it was. Getting that thing out. To get that thing out was a little bit of a pain. So not a pain to get back in though. All right. So my screwdriver, see, it's not all the way through contact. So that makes it nice. Somebody got some fireworks out today down the street. Sounds like. Oh, and this is actually kind of cool. My sister called me a little bit ago. She goes, I was trying to get a hold of you because she went to the meat market. She said, I was trying to get a hold of you because I was going to get some raccoon. They had raccoon, they had rabbit, they had some other stuff there at the Hopkins meat market there in Oviedo. Sanford, I don't know, it's right there on Lake Jessup, which is the most highly populated lake in Florida for gators. It was where they used to take all the nuisance gators. They'd take them over there. Then you got Black Hammock across the way, but which is a little restaurant bar that has like a bunch of alligators and stuff. So anyways, we she called me. She said I was gonna see if you wanted me to get the raccoon, and I'm like, well, why didn't you? I mean, that was like, come on, I've never tried it. Why not? So, anybody else in here tried raccoon before? Somebody told me a long time back that it was like that the meat was, yeah, this side. The meat was kind of like a little bit greasy, so smoking it was the best way. Luckily, that little bit of film of oil still on there from earlier. Man, we'll make this nice and smooth transition right down in there. Let's see, where's that hole? Right there. So the impeller can only go on one way. It's got, I'll show you on the old one here. It's got the keyway hole. Got the keyway hole on it. Let me, ooh. Let me answer this. Goodness. Sorry about that, everybody. They call me back. No, it's pretty good. It's kind of dark meat. Is it really dark meat? So somebody told me that, what are they? Sandhill cranes. That they're kind of, what up, Earl? Somebody told me Sandhill cranes are like a darker meat, and they jokingly called it the ribeye of the sky. So I wanted to try it at some point. Apparently in Texas, it's legal to hunt them, but in Florida, not so much. But, like in the past couple of weeks, I've been seeing them all over the place around here in Volusia County, Florida, right? I've been seeing them everywhere, all over the place. And them things, they love to walk right out in the street. It's like kind of like they have a death wish, you know what I mean? Like, just let me wander out there and get in the way. So, Earl, to catch you up, doing a little impeller change. Fix have to run to the store and go get, because that thing got hot at some point. Somehow or another, it started running without water or something. We did find that let's see, where's that? Right here. I got a little bit of screw up on that O-ring. So maybe last time when I put it back together, it didn't get in there quite well. But this plate got hot enough in that stainless that it melted the edge of that plastic there. So I'm going to run out the other side of the town there. It sucks. They cut off my easy access. There was a shortcut across the backside of town. I just ride down the railroad tracks, power lines. Can't do that anymore. They shut the gate. So make sure this thing's down on here nice and good. Yep. All right. So we'll put that other housing on there. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and drain this oil out. While I'm here. All right. That way this thing can sit here and drain out while we're at the store. Be good and done when I get back. Ooh. Let me get me a better one there. being a pipe fitter, I get in there. Let's see. I always have my channel locks handy. Let's see. I'm also going to do a short with all the merch I got from you. Hey, everybody that's on here, if y'all go over and look, Earl the Reef Robber, which is the coolest name I think I've ever heard for a fishing channel. But yeah, I sent him some merch. He sent me some merch. So I did a little short about it. And he just said here he's going to do a little short with it here for him too. So go out there and check him out. Because I'm going live after a bit. I'll be melting lead and making some flutter jigs. Hey. A buddy last night, Jeff, JTS Sinker Supply. I called him last night. I was like, hey, I need some 3-ounce and 4-ounce bank sinkers. He said, I don't have any in stock, but I can have them done first thing in the morning. I'm like, all right, cool. Like 8 o'clock this morning, it was still like 40 something degrees. So I was trying my best not to get out of the truck. And he goes, hey, they're ready. I said, I'm on my way. This thing is definitely sealed up because I can hear it sucking air. Move this oil, move this, go into there. This is going to have a little bit of O-ring there. All right. Put that there. Smells like gear fluid. Thanks. There we go. And because I don't have a whole lot of runtime on this, I feel like this is like definitely darker than it should be. I mean, that's maybe, I think 1 or 2 trips out there. So I don't know if that thing if it's already been just dirty from before. Because my boat was a fleet boat for like a boat club boat, yacht club, whatever, rental boat. So there was quite a few of them that were all the same. And I feel like, I mean, I've done this a couple different times now, but I mean, that's some black. But I also don't want to, I'm going to show you all the boat while I'm here. I also don't want to go in there and try and start washing that thing out. You got the old 150. You got the old Jeep over there too. But there's the old cobia here. By the way, easy loader trailers? No, thank you. This thing has been problematic from the get-go with, like stuff like that. And I spray it down every time I come back, every single time. But all of the brake lines are rusted off. Let's see if I can get it under here. Yeah. Look at that. Supposed to be galvanized lines. Supposed to be galvanized lines, and they rusted within like the first 6 months. So I don't have, by law, you're supposed to have working brakes for whatever size. I don't know what size that's supposed to be, but I have the old boat here. So, and of course, there's always the old derelict boats. This thing hasn't moved in like 10 years. It's got a Force 70 horse on it. And it ran just like any one of them would have. All these lovely Force engine. Yeah. So, granted, this is like during the Mercury Marine phase, but you can't get a carburetor rebuild kit for that motor. So, if anything ever happens, and that has to be took off there, we're gonna see what the Coast Guard rating for this thing is, and maybe we'll move the 150 off of the boat over there. Maybe we'll move that. Maybe we'll move that off onto there. Upgrade us, put us like a Yamaha SHO 150 or something like that on there. That'd be nice. So, all right, while we're here, walking by, ADHD's taking over, where I'm just like, ooh, squirrel. Let me check this oil while we're here. Let me check that. Now that it's been sitting downhill. So yeah, you can see it. It's still right below the top line. Let's see. Can you see that on there? You can see it running up now, but it's maybe a 3/8 of an inch below the top fill line. So we'll top that off. I'll put that right there. We'll top that off before we go out tomorrow. Just for that extra little bit. Then we can see here, we got that is so dark. Like I feel like I want to just like I don't want to spray brake cleaner in there and wash it out by no means, but maybe put some diesel fuel in there. Have to pump it in and pump it out. So, but we'll leave this thing draining while we go to go get that new housing for that. So I see we got a couple people still in here. What are y'all doing on your Saturday? Doing a little boat maintenance like me? So let's see here. Yeah, it was cool to be caught me alive again. This is it's only my third live, so we're trying to get a couple more going and see if maybe we can like gain some subs out of it. You know, we're almost 20,000, which is so wild that like 5 weeks ago we were at like a couple thousand, and now we've just gotten this huge surge, and it's so wild to me how it happened so quick. So, but we had a couple videos that had some good amount of viewership. So I guess it's time for us to run across town. So I'm gonna kill this live here. I shared you out. Oh, you the man. Maybe I won't kill it. Maybe we'll just talk on our way to the parts house. I guess one thing is you can see a little bit of trash on there. Looks like we're gonna be doing a little foot maintenance a lot sooner than I thought we would. Because I want to just do I want to upgrade this thing to that 150 SHO, because when you do the 150 SHO, you can get it tuned up to a 231 at the variable timing. So the 150, the FX1, the F150 XB, so the regular offshore 150, you only gain to 191. And with that being said, my boat has been up to that 191. So 40 more horsepower over the 40 that I already gained. Like that 40 horsepower gain to 191 was huge. And 40 more horsepower, I mean, that's going to be pretty wild, you know? So, but the boat's rated for 250. So I'm not going above what it's rated for, which is a huge thing. So, but anyways, I'm going to kill this live here, and I'll come back when I get back, actually. So that way I can get across town and get back. Maybe I'll see if I can take a motorcycle for a ride instead. So do it nice and easy across town. Nice little cool day. So anyways, all right, y'all. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it all. And we're gonna get on out of here.